Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 1693 of What You Up To Now. Documenting primarily the business journey as I transition from the brick and mortar corporate world of business to the online world of business, and in the pandemic and everything back and forth again. I want to keep my feet both in and out of the online and the offline world. Why? Because it's fun and because it allows me to have firsthand experience in the things that the people I work with are also experiencing. So, and continued experience. It's like I've had those experiences in the past, but I want to stay up to date in the experiences that other people are having. So when they say something or they are having a challenge or a problem, I can relate exactly firsthand to what they're saying, what they're going through, and then I can share how have I dealt with that in the past, how have I handled that, how am I handling that now if I happen to be experiencing the same thing. So today for Supersize Your Business for female entrepreneurs, our topic was communication related to coincide with the BU 365-day challenge this year, which is, our topic is listening today. And our idiom was heard it from the grapevine. I love this idiom because it's been around my entire life. It was actually developed in the 60s, came from Motown Records. A couple of gentlemen by the name of Barrett Strong and Norman Whitfield wrote Heard It Through the Grapevine, and it was released not by one, two, but by three huge names of the time during the 1960s. So it was first released, it was written in 66, released in 67, first actually by Gladys Knight and the Pips, although it wasn't recorded first by them. It was recorded first by, brain freeze. It was recorded first by the Miracles and Smokey Robinson and the Miracles. Smokey Robinson and the Miracles. But the president of Motown Records froze and would not let it be released. So it ended up being released first by Gladys Knight and the Pips, then by Marvin Gaye in 68, so 67, 68, and that was in spite of Smokey Robinson and the Miracles actually recording it first. But all three released it, super big hit, became even more popular as it was used in different movies and things over the years. I think everybody remembers, no, I can't remember the name of the movie. Anyway, it was used in several movies throughout the time, and it was very popular. Played on the radio for like the vast majority of my childhood, and you'll still hear it today. But it means basically the informal modes of communication that we get information through, especially when it comes to work or organizations that we're a part of. There's a formal communication chain, right, that usually follows the lines of leadership in that organization through nowadays emails. It used to be memos and passing internal mail around and things, or letters back in the day when people wrote letters to one another. Now it's electronic, it's email, it's text messaging and things. But it's the informal way things and information travels versus the formal way that it travels. So usually the grapevine does not follow traditional leadership and communication lines, and it's much faster. It's not always 100% accurate. Sometimes it's got gossip in it. Sometimes it's got misinformation. But then so does a lot of other forms of communication nowadays. So that was our topic today for Supersize Your Business. Heard it through the grapevine. And how can we use that? And I showed a couple of examples of how I've used that in corporate America in the past, as well as in my own businesses, to share information and get the information out in a way that makes it more actionable and actually helps changes in the organization happen faster, because we're focusing on what's in it for the people that are expected to make the change, right? If you want to make a change in your organization, you have to really know what's in it for the people that you're expecting to change, or they're not going to change. Yeah, we always know what's in it for the business, what's in it for the company, but if it's only what's in it for the company, people are going to fight against that change because it's not in their benefit. It has to benefit everyone, be a win-win, or we can't shove change just for the sake of change down people's throat. I think people are a lot more resistant to change after the COVID pandemic. The COVID, so much was shoved down our throats that people are saying, no, not going to take this anymore. We're not going to do this just because it makes sense for the company. Let's do what makes sense for everybody. I would say the work from home movement has a lot of that. That's a good example of that. So our topic today was listening. I shared different tips for listening, how to be a better listener. If you want to be a better listener, and it's something that I personally always want to be better at, there's all kinds of tips and steps you can go through to become a better listener. Mostly, it just takes practice. It takes actual listening and following the tips to become a better listener. I will spend the rest of my life becoming a better listener, because it's something I want to improve in. It's an area I want to improve in. And so I shared those in the challenge today. It's Monday. So much is going on. I don't even know where to start. Getting ready for some big family events, as well as a lot of different businesses that we're working on, different projects. If I can help you in any way, just hit me up and ask. I can always find 5 minutes if you've got a specific question, or if you're stuck on something, you're just like, God, I'm stuck. This is what I've looked into. This is not like people to be self-starters, actually try to solve their own problems. There's a lot of times we try to solve our own problem, but we still find ourselves a little stuck in the quagmire of deciding or knowing what to do next. And I know how bad that feels as a longtime business owner and entrepreneur. And so sometimes we just want someone to ask. And I always like to be that resource, because no matter how busy I am, for somebody that's shown initiative and will actually ask, I will make 5 minutes to help you make sure that you're moving forward and you take the next step, that you're not stuck. Because I know how hard it is. I used to spend weeks being stuck sometimes because I didn't feel like I had the right resources or the right people to ask a simple, easy question. And it usually had to do with technical things. When I came online, it was little technical things that would throw me and cause me challenges. And I would be too proud to ask. And so I would struggle with it until, a week or two went by and I found the answer, or I finally got up the gumption to ask someone a super simple question. And almost every time when I asked, the answer popped into my head. Why? Because I was the one blocking knowing what to do. I just wouldn't let myself see the answer, even though it was there all along. So don't ever be afraid to ask. pajamagramma@gmail.com is my Voxer address, and that's probably the quickest, easiest, fastest way to get 5 minutes with me. Please don't Voxer me to pitch me something. That would be an inappropriate use of my time and yours, because it would be an automatic no. Only had a couple people do that. Got to give them points for moxie, but also if it's not something that I need, want, or desire right now, the answer is always going to be no, because I want to stay true to what is the next thing that I need to do in order to move my life, my business, my projects ahead. Just like you need to do the same thing. All right, have an awesome day. If I can help you in any way, ask. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow.